My legs are out.
Hey, dude, you want to cover up for the camera? There's people watching. There's 50 million viewers. They're looking at your legs right now like, hey, dude, put it away.
It's there. It's not going anywhere.
Dude, have you? I've had like this feeling now since like you know how shorts are just consistently like just rising up a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because it's the baggy look is kind of going away, especially with shorts. I need more leg tattoos.
Bro, I think
now,
about that constantly.
Now I feel naked. Like I know it sounds weird.
No,
but
it makes sense. But whenever I'm in the gym and I look at my legs and I'm like thinking to myself, do I need to add more to my chest or can I just go straight and finish like my leg?
I was thinking leg.
Yeah, I was like, I'm looking at my leg and I'm like, yeah, I gotta do leg.
Yeah.
At least one. I plan to have all, but I want to get this done first.
Focus on one area and then we'll go on to the next.
Bro, it's like it's a thing. At least for me, it's a visual representation of my brain, because I didn't complete anything. Like this sleeve is the first like area I've completed.
Right.
Like I went from here to here to here to here. Like I just kept here, and then here.
You were sporadic with your
very
your
all over the
locations.
place. Yeah, I looked like Drake for a second, but I had like
Bro,
actually man-sized tattoos.
Yeah.
Like you look at him and think he looks like a bathroom wall.
Dude, I look at him and I'm like, bro, if Justin Bieber has it more put together than you, we got a problem.
See, this is the thing too, though, because I've been watching. Funny enough, like a lot of you know, the magazine Inked.
Yeah.
So they have a YouTube channel.
I was gonna say that.
And they talk about like celebrities and shitty tattoos. They laughed at
Didn't they
Drake's.
have Justin Poirier on there explaining
yeah.
his tattoos? Yeah, I think I saw that.
But they were talking about Justin Bieber's, and they correlated to like David Beckham of like, if you look at the tattoos by themselves, they're shit tattoos. But since
Cohesively.
it's all flows together, it looks good.
Yeah.
They're like, but it's like if you were to look at the angel, I think on David Beckham's like right arm,
It's not the nicest tattoo.
it's god awful.
And that's what it's mind-boggling to me how these people have all the money in the world, but they have bad tattoos.
Hey, you gotta get it how you get it though. Like it's just two different ways of thinking of like, yeah, save, get it done right the first time, have no regrets. But also it's like, I'm also 19 years old. Like, what you want me to? You're telling me to wait how long to get this tattoo?
Right.
Nah, bro. Like, what's the worst that could happen? And if the worst comes out of it, like, I could say I did that. Like now I gain. Sometimes for me, I gotta gain wisdom the hard way instead of just looking at other people.
I guess, yeah.
When you're getting tattooed in someone's kitchen or their bedroom, and then you're like, I should never do this again.
This doesn't seem like the most hygienic thing to do.
But the greatest experience came out of it because his mom and dad started making me food. I took shots with them from like, they brought tequila straight from Mexico, and I'm like, bro, this is fuck. I'm not gonna get this at a shop. I'm not getting this at a shop.
This is a once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah. But also it's like I'm never doing this again though.
I get it at 19. I also say there's something to be said to have foresight at that age and know, like, hey, it's not exactly what it's. If I don't have the exact money I need yet for a good artist, you can wait a little bit.
Did you apply that same knowledge to like people you dealt with?
Next
you just
question.
You just pick and choose your battles.
Next question.
Exactly. So it's like you can't be all the way across the board.
Yes.
At least I was consistent. If I'm gonna be sporadic in one thing, it's gonna be everywhere. I was just off the rails.
I guess, yeah. No, I mean, there's two different ways of thinking about it. Yeah, you're right. But I couldn't. I could not justify it.
If you were to look at my body and you see my tattoos,
put your little hands all over my body,
and I tell you, okay, this I could tell you. You could look at that and you're like, I know exactly how you were doing in life in that in that point period when you got that, in that time period when you got that. And I could see progressively when things started getting better for you.
Hey, when you got your arm sleeve, life started getting a little better, right?
Life's getting a little better. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then by the time I get to neck or like head or whatever, you're like, Adam's doing fantastic.
Hey, that guy has fuck you attitude and fuck you money.
Exactly.
I get it.
And they talk about it too, like I don't know how we got started on tattoos, but like we always look down at the I was gonna say guys, girls get away with this, but it's more so for guys like that start with I forgot what type of sleeve they call it, where they start from the bottom up. They call it a something sleeve.
Oh yeah, I had
a specific name.
I had friends in college that did that.
Yeah, and it's
always
like,
looked odd to me.
And in the tattoo community, it's frowned upon because it's
it is?
yeah, it like traditional, like, or not traditional, but like people that respect the art form of tattooing. They're like, you have to earn a visible tattoo. You just don't do a visible tattoo.
Never knew that once in my life.
Yeah, you have to earn that. Like you got to start. You have to at least get tattooed where you can't see to get a tattoo where you can see. And it's
That
like
makes so much sense.
yeah, and it has to flow. It has to flow. It starts here and flows down. Like there's body symmetry laws of like certain tattoos. Like of course, face has got to be facing forward and
Yeah.
like it has to flow and it has to.
I sure
be
hope they're not
faced
facing
inward.
backwards.
Yeah, no, I know somebody with the face backward. Yeah, and the tattoo artist told him, he was like, he tried to explain to him, and the tattoo artist told him, he's like, I'm not doing that, and he's like, do it, and he's like, if anybody asks where you got this tattoo, I didn't do it.
I didn't do this tattoo.
Exactly.
What a smart man.
And it like faces had to be forward and in. Like if you look at my sleeve, in like
in,
it's
yeah.
so it just flows. Like they may not be like, it's not a Nico Hurtado tattoo, which is like a fucking legend, but it looks good because it all flows. It's cohesive. That's how it's supposed to be. There's so much symmetry that goes into it.
I never knew about the whole like you have to have. I guess it makes sense. Like you have to earn your stripes.
Yeah, you have to earn your stripes because it's like, bro, if you start out right out the gate with a forearm tattoo, that's your first tattoo. People look at you sideways like,
Yeah.
wait, that's your first. Why would you do that?
To me, it's kind of like you look like a poser.
That's what
I always
it
thought
is.
that. I always thought that. I never, not because of, I guess that reason, but I'm like, you're just doing this for show. Like you don't even think you really like tattoos.
No, that's 100% how they view it. It's you have to start like you just earn your stripe, get it in the areas you like, eventually get to there. Like you're not just gonna get one tattoo. Like we all know the person with like one tribal tattoo, and it's like probably in a visible area, or they got it like like they say the worst one is straight neck tattoo out the gate. Worst kind of.
That
person.
would look so. Well, that would look so weird if you like. Let's say that guy's at a pool
Yeah,
and he just has a neck tattoo.
yeah.
I got a beef with it now.
It's so crazy, bro, because like you've probably come across this too since you have tattoos. Like when you talk with people and they like ask to see your tattoos and you show them and you're like, wow, you have huge like you have really huge tattoos. You're
Yeah.
like, do I? Or like,
Or
but
do you
we
just-
live in the generation of dainty tiny tattoos, and it's so like
Drake made it cool,
yeah, I had to
or not cool, but he normalized it.
Yeah, and
I would
like,
never understand it. but
Poncho has a lot of small tattoos. I'm not gonna. I love like his tattoos, the intricacies of them. But for me, it's like I don't think I could get something that small.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah,
no,
like,
there's no way.
I like having the most amount of detail that's visible that you can see and like takes up the most space. Like granted, like yeah, you're gonna have so much more room to do all kinds of different stuff, but it's like at some point you're just gonna start throwing shit at a wall just to fill it up.
Yeah, bro, and it bothers me so much, and I get it, like icebreakers and things like that, because I've had conversations with like dudes,
No way.
every once in a while, not often, but every once in a while. Well, they'll be talking to me about their tattoos, and I like, you could see a little bit of mine, and I could see most of the time. I think the most common one is like the bicep one. Like most dudes are gonna start right here
Because
for whatever
you don't
reason.
feel pain there.
Well, yeah, that too. And they just talk about the situation, like, oh, like, yeah, like I powered through this, I did this and all that, and I'm just like, you really have no understanding of
What pain is.
what the body's gonna entail if you want to go ahead and do more. And which every single guy I've met is always like, no, yeah, I'm gonna 100%. I'm getting my whole back blasted, my whole chest blasted. I'm like, all right, well,
There's a series.
see.
There's a series of thought process of getting tattoo. Your first tattoo, I want this so bad. Like I
Yep.
wanted this for however long, and then the process of like getting it is fuck. This hurts. What the fuck was I thinking? Why did I do this? It's fucking. This is
sir.
why am I in this position? Why does he have?
why did I sign up for this?
Why did I sign up for this? Why is my body angled like this? Why is this taking so long? Like what's going on here? And then you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh, I could add this to it, or I could put
Oh,
this
yeah.
next to it, or
You rationalize all that pain in a moment's notice.
Yeah.
Because I remember probably like the worst spot I got was like kind of, it's on my back, and it's on the right side of my back. Yeah, it's on the right side, like by like my kidney, like or like right above it. Like it was excruciating. It was hard to deal with. And then the minute I saw it, I was like, okay, well I got to get this side too. Now like it's got to make sense.
Yeah.
Like that's the way I thought about it in my head. It's got to make sense.
Because you look at it and you're like, well, I don't want to be like, you don't want to be that person that's old and like you don't have anything completed. Like you just have a half finished concept,
Yeah, no.
and you're like, you kind of just look like a half colored in coloring book.
Yeah.
Like there's got to be something like, I know I'm gonna finish these areas, but now also it just goes to show the progression of my life. Now I'm finishing stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, now I'm like looking like, oh, maybe I should just finish my leg instead of going to somewhere else. Like I thought about stomach or I thought about back, and I'm like, maybe I should just finish this thing that I started 5 years ago.
Should.
Yeah.
Probably. I'm more in the space, especially like with my sleeve. Is I have to earn it. I don't think I've earned it yet.
Uh,
Just like my accomplishments in life,
Yeah.
I'm all not yet.
I have
I'm gonna
a,
get
I have
there.
a certain
I'm gonna
I have
get
a
there.
certain sales goal for this company where I'm like, okay, I could go knuckles or I could
Yeah.
go hand.
Yeah,
Certain sales goal, I'm like, okay, I could go hand.
yeah.
Because if this is where we made it in this amount of time, we're gonna be like, not to say like all my eggs are in that basket, but it's an accomplishment. It's
Which,
like,
by the way, I did want to make a special announcement. All the orders will be going out this week, so I just want. I know it's been a few weeks. I think we're like a week over our scheduled date, but it's gonna all be out this week. Don't worry, guys. That in itself has been a whole little issue amongst the process, but hey, it happens. It happens in a brand, or any company. Period. You're gonna have hiccups and shit like that. But
shit happens.
But yes, I'm 100% in accordance with you. Is if I have a number for myself, and if I hit that, I'll have a certain thing.
yeah.
But I'm gonna wait on that.
When we get to a certain number, or I'll say after maybe our year anniversary or after that, we got to get the logo tatted somewhere.
Yeah, and okay, funny enough, like
gotta
I
hold
had
my
this,
hand.
I had this
What?
conversation. What? Hey, bro, you get that? Hey, bro, you get the H. No, you get the H with the wing. I'll get the D with the wing. Wait, pause. Hey,
The wing
hey,
tone.
I will bring the HD together.
Just power,
Respect.
banana.
You just have 30 in the back. Banana.
We're just all like this with the.
Just whoo, whoo. I'm fuck boys unite.
Hey, rock paper scissors. Who gets the D with the wing?
Oh, I hate it.
I hate it here.
Well, nah, dude. Unfortunately, it would have to be me
Why?
because I only like getting tattooed on my left side.
Ah,
You saved yourself. You saved yourself. I fucked myself without even me knowing. But yes, I wanted to make that announcement just in case you guys were a little weary. I know we've been off the radar for a quick second, but yes, we will be getting all the orders out this week. So no worries, guys. Check out for your emails. Look for tracking information. Show love to your local USPS office because they are slammed. And in this heat, no AC.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense to me either.
it doesn't. A lot of things don't make sense about the post office.
No, bro. I have this conversation all the time. Like I don't even know how they're afloat most of the times.
Just winging it.
That's the
Because
US
who else is gonna do it? Amazon?
They're not. Nah, that's too much work for them. They could deliver to the hubs, but
Yeah,
that's a whole different beast.
I guess. Yeah.
But what do we got this week? I'm not gonna say we're gonna do a weekend recap because I mean it's been 2 weeks and I mean there's been a lot of things going on. But what we could do, we could talk about Rolling Loud because I'm seeing it all over my timeline.
Where do you want to start with it? Because there's a lot to unpack.
I want to talk. Okay, well probably like the most notable one is obviously the raggedy ass Adidas shoes that got thrown at fucking DaBaby.
Yeah. Honestly,
I
yeah.
hate those people.
What, that throw shoes?
Like it just like, and it's happened ever since like we've kind of opened back up. Like there's an event in Boston, versus the Yankees where a guy got a baseball and he fucking threw it at Alex Verdugo in the outfield.
That's bad.
Yeah, well it's just throwing like it's people not knowing how to act right now that things are back open. It's like, hey man, you're gonna fuck it up for the rest of us.
Yeah. I'll say this. Did you ever watch the Coachella documentary?
Yeah.
Okay, remember the Pearl Jam show that they threw? And somebody threw a shoe and it hit the lead singer of Pearl Jam?
I don't think I remember it that well. But
You don't
go on.
remember it that well? Okay, well, my uncle was at that show. So the Pearl Jam performed. That was the first ever Coachella. This was the Coachella before, I think, the big Coachella
Yeah.
that happened. I think the next year, the 2 years after.
Yeah.
Hit him in the head with the shoe.
Ooh.
And he's like, "Who the fuck threw that shoe?" And he's like, "We're not performing until
We find this guy.
Until we find this guy. Guy never came up. They left.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
But it's just like, I also want to know at what point in the show did that person throw the shoe? Was it after he brought out Tory Lanez? Because I could see somebody being pissed off because DaBaby came on the same stage right after Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
And then brought out Tory
Tory
Lanez. So it's like
Coincidence?
coincidence.
Come on,
I
dude.
think not. And somebody was just like probably gone off of either drugs.
But
alcohol.
also, it's like DaBaby's been on enough features. I think he knows enough people to know it's like I could have brought on almost
No, he did it on
anybody.
purpose. No, he did it on purpose.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, he did it on purpose, full intent. That was who, like, he did it for that reason.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm very selective with the trolls that I actually, like, kind of, like, fuck with. Like, I
Yeah.
fuck with Drewski. Drewski's
hilarious.
He's hilarious, and he's genuine with it. Kind of an asshole, but like in a funny way. Like it's like a big teddy bear.
You can't be too mad at him.
Yeah.
For anything he says.
Exactly. But when I see these other ones, and it's like for 6ix9ine, don't like him at all.
No.
When and then when I see Tory, and notice how they all fuck with each other. It's not a coincidence that they all fuck with each other.
Yeah.
Like clearly they prioritize the money over morals, over everything else. Like, no, I'm gonna get to the money. Fuck you guys. Like,
It's just a bunch of sleazeballs.
yeah, like in the same thing like we talked about with Conor. Like, I like Conor's trolling in the beginning, but kind of around the Khabib areas where I'm like, that's a little too far.
It's,
and then
it's kind of theatrical.
yeah, and then it's like when you get to a certain level, you have to keep going up.
Mm-hmm.
And with the baby, it's like, bro, you did a song with it. Like, I know there's no friends in the industry. Like, really, there really isn't any friends. But like, hey, man,
Other than Jack Harlow and Lil Nas X.
yeah.
I haven't heard the song, but the video looks really good. Like, it looks like there's a bunch of shit going on. It looks very
Yeah.
theatrical. I could appreciate it.
But
And,
well,
and he's the biggest troll on Twitter, by the way. Lil Nas. He's
Lil-
fucking hysterical.
he's hilarious as well, and you could tell it's like he's coming from a genuine area. He's just being himself.
Yeah.
But when the baby does it, it's like, or when Tory does it, like when these guys do it, it's like intentionally to piss people off in the worst way. And it's like this guy, Tory, like he hasn't been convicted of it, but allegedly shot this woman.
Yeah.
And I used to be the biggest Tory Lanez fan. We were listening to Tory Lanez when you could only listen to Chicks Tape when it was on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
And big fans always like when him and Drake were beefing, we were on Tory's side. Like, but it's to a certain point to where it's like, hey,
I can only put up with so much.
yeah, it's like, hey, and if it comes out innocent, then hey, I'm right back to it. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not saying he's guilty, but hey, if there's some stuff around you where there's smoke, there's fire, and you're not really denying it, and then to see the videos that he puts out of him shooting,
Like, I'm noticing a trend here, and it's not a trend that I like.
it's not. It's like, hey, like I'm glad I stepped away when I did, because
He also never acted like that. I'm curious as to know what got him to be like that, because he wasn't like he was
Nah.
always a troll. He'd go on interviews and stuff. He'd fuck
Yeah.
with people, but never to that extent. Like,
No.
I don't know if it was maybe fucking IG Live. I don't know what it came into his life that he's like, fuck it, I'm
too
just
much
gonna,
success.
maybe that too.
I I've noticed this even on smaller scale, like people that we've crossed paths with. It's like you get to a certain level of success, and it just brings out the person of who you are.
Yeah.
truly, like underneath all of that.
It
Like,
heightens who you are.
yeah, like you at one point, everybody, like I thought he was like the counted out guy of Toronto, like
Yeah.
the superstar that's supposed to help him doesn't fuck with him, and like I'm like, you know what, I'm on this guy's side. Like, he's good,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, and then you see that guy get to where he's at now, and he's seen that success, and like from Chicks Tape 5, and like now you see how he's acting since he reached his peak, and you're like, that's, at least to me, it's like, I don't like who you became.
No.
Like, it's all about who you're empowering, and that's who you empowered. And like now he has a different fan base that is that, like, they love trolling, they love pissing people off, they're like, they thrive off of it, and they fuel the fire. And he's to him, it's like, yeah, I'm still getting views, I'm still getting this, I'm still getting that,
Maybe
like,
even more now.
yeah. And
Which is also very disheartening.
yeah, and to them, they're like, well, fuck it, like, we're still getting money, we're still
Yeah.
doing this, like, why not?
To me, it's a little bit more disheartening in terms of like the fan base, because I honestly believe that his views and his numbers, everything has gone up ever since like all the bad shit happened, and for all the fans to kind of fuck with him like that, even after that, it's like, bro, come on.
Yeah,
Like, it just kind of shows.
when the baby came out, I was listening to JBP, and they played his song. This was before Suge. This was the album before that, or the EP before that. And he had one song on there that they played, and I was like, I fuck with this dude. And I did research. I'm like, he's actually, he lives what he raps about. Like,
Yeah.
he's real as fuck. Like, it was cool, and he had a sound that I hadn't heard before. But also, then I see he starts acting like a cornball, and then I see, like, he has the same flow on every single song. Nothing switches.
No.
It's the baby song without even guessing it. Like,
Yeah.
without even a second thought. Like, you're not confusing it with anybody, and that's a bad thing. So it wasn't hard for me to stop, like, not to listen to him.
No.
I could go without listen. Like, it's hard for me not to listen to stuff from Chicks Tape 2 and 3.
Three is my favorite, but yeah,
And it's hard.
tough.
It's hard not to, but it's like, hey, bro, like, at some point,
Just gotta let it go.
you gotta let it go. But
You know what they didn't let go? And this, I'm talking about the fucking audience.
What?
The fucking nerve. Because people are wilding out here. I'm sure
it.
everybody's seen the video of those, like, there's girls fighting, and there was just a chick in the middle just vibing and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like, yep.
Me minding my own business.
And me just minding my own business in terms of toxicity and chaos, just living life. I get that. But I will say, and we even mentioned this when and I knew we were right on this. When Coachella announced that they weren't going to fuck with 2021 at all, they said, no, we're going to do 2022. Because they had the foresight, I know they did, that things were going to be chaotic and shit show right out the gate. As we can see with the first festival that is Rolling Loud, it's a shit show. Obviously, there was other worse things that happened at that concert, which we don't have to speak about. But I think Coachella knew that in hindsight. And they're all, you know what? It's fine. We're going to let these morons get this out. And by
Let them get arrested.
Hey, by 2022, hopefully people start acting a little bit more right.
Yeah.
I also think the police presence is a lot bigger at Coachella. We've been to Rolling Loud in LA,
Yeah.
not in Miami, but the police presence in Coachella I feel like was a lot more.
They bring police officers from all over.
Yeah.
Sheriffs.
Yeah, from different counties.
Different counties all over, bro. It's I don't want to say the safest because that's a very bold statement, but you look around and you're like, okay. Like there's cops everywhere.
You could see why you'd be very reluctant to try to. And by the way, like, you think about it, everything, like, it's such a big area. You're not outrunning anybody. You're gonna run into a cop one way or another. Like, it's too much open, vast land.
Now, I've seen people run away.
Yeah, but eventually they probably get caught.
Maybe. But I also see a shit ton of cops chasing after him. So,
Yeah, there you go.
hey, if you got somebody with fucking, Usain Bolt speed, just running, maybe. But it's not even that, dude. Like, it's seeing just people it's just so weird to see, like, people just being cooped up. Like, I remember we talked about, like, kind of normalizing ourselves again of being around other people.
Yeah.
And, like, just being in a crowd or being just people standing, like, right there to me. Like, I was this past weekend in Vegas and somebody was in line, like, right behind me, and I looked, I'm like, hey, you, like,
Really close. Yeah.
like, you were, and normally I wouldn't trip on it because maybe, like, they're 2 feet away from me. But after we go through a year and a half of a pandemic, hey, bro, we all know you could get 6 feet back.
Yeah.
We all know you're capable.
I get it. You don't have to be 6 feet, but, like, hey, bro, at least 3, 4. Like,
I shouldn't hear you breathe.
No.
I shouldn't.
That should have never been a thing either.
Yeah, I shouldn't be able to look down at my shoe and see your foot right there. Like, I shouldn't be able to see that.
No.
Get away from me.
It is, yeah. But you're also in Vegas. And
Yeah.
it'd be the same thing as, like, hey, bro, don't complain as if you're on the fucking train in New York either, bro, because everybody's on top of each other.
No, I'm just
Like-
saying, like, I'm using that as an example.
Yeah.
So, like, imagine other people at festivals, like, nobody really knows, like, they probably lost actual face-to-face socialization skills. So, like, people are on edge, apprehensive. Some people probably didn't have sex at all during that time. So, just a
No.
bunch of pent-up aggression. People don't know how to handle their drugs.
Bro, people didn't know how to. I'll speak only for my gender. Can't speak for the other gender. But men already didn't know most of the time how to talk to a woman, how to approach a woman.
Yep.
That was before the pandemic. After the pandemic, I guarantee it's worse. I'm not a woman. I can't speak for that, but I could almost guarantee it's worse.
I visibly see it, and I'm like, I don't want to. I feel like the Will Smith pickup line where he had his friend pretend to be like a pig.
Oh, yeah,
He goes
yeah.
up, he's like, get away from this woman
woman.
now. I am so sorry on behalf of my gender.
Gender.
Yeah, like I was thinking that in my head. I'm like, man, like this is bad.
Yeah, no, I.
But it's funny to see dudes get kind of shot down. But then you see other videos of dudes getting like kind of shot down by girls, and like the way they respond to it, it's like, bro, you've never dealt with rejection in your life
once in your life.
and you're acting like a bitch right now. Like, no wonder she didn't want to fucking talk to
Yeah.
you, bro.
I had this conversation with somebody. They do that. There's a girl that I know, very cute girl. She does that specifically to like the tall, good-looking guys, because she's like, I know for a fact that you've never really been rejected before, and I'm not gonna let you have this win.
Yeah.
That's a little petty, but I respected it.
No, I respect it.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Good. Deal with it. Deal with some rejection. You need it.
yeah.
Look at women just looking out for men by rejecting them.
Trying to teach them the hard way.
Boys
But
don't learn.
Then I saw some nasty shit. Maybe y'all saw it on your timeline. There was a fucking orgy going on in a Nissan Altima.
By the way, what else fucking car would an orgy be going on in?
Nah, it's an Altima.
It's got to be an Altima.
It's got to be an Altima. It was probably the girl's Altima, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Was
Maybe.
the bumper probably tore up a little bit? Probably.
I couldn't get a good look at it, but probably Probably had a check engine light, maybe.
I can guarantee you that
If
that was
that's the
case.
activity going down in a parking garage, I could only imagine.
well.
Yeah, it was just like
And to preface, they weren't like with tinted windows inside.
doors
No.
wide open,
Doors wide open for the whole world. to
doors
see.
wide open, ass out, just fucking going to work.
I mean,
It's I get it, guys. Car sex is cool, but you also don't want to become a sex offender.
no, and most people have had sex in a car. That's the number. Like, I am vigilant with my eyes. I'm like, as much as I am focused in the situation, I am constant. And you have tinted windows, but it doesn't matter because your car's
Yeah.
still gonna be moving.
Yeah.
I've always been vigilant, and I'm always like, stop. I'm like, shut the fuck up. And we've all been in that situation
Yeah.
where it's like, the last thing I need is to get caught. and
Or
be
a
sex-
neighbor walks by.
I mean, that's also rookie. You don't really don't. I mean, if you want to, I mean, there's probably certain parts in everybody's neighborhood that you could go to, but I also make it. I make it a
there's
thing.
there's certain parts when you're in certain neighborhoods that I don't want to go to a very secluded area.
Maybe, yeah. For
Because
safety
if-
purposes.
For
yeah.
safety purposes, it's late at night.
Yeah.
I don't know this city, and I'm not gonna go right through here. So yeah,
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
yeah. Like, oh, you know what? How about this? You tell me where to park. Where do you think is safe? Because maybe you've done this before. It's
Oh,
not my business,
Bro, no, okay. Yes and no, because I've asked the same thing, and I'm all in my head, terrible spot, 100% getting caught, and I was like, you know what? It's fine. I'll figure out a spot.
Yeah.
I've delegated that power.
Well, if
Failed.
honestly, if it's a really bad spot, yeah,
Yeah.
you just drive around a bit, or go to a spot that you know of.
Yeah.
It's probably your car anyway, so like
Probably.
take control in that situation. It's yeah.
But hey, that's rolling out for you guys.
That's real. That's the state of Florida in a nutshell, bro. Fernie and I were talking about this because I sent him a clip, and they were saying like people are just standing there for I think one of the baby parts, and he's like his show looked good. It's like it's so like how different videos can show you different things.
Mm-hmm.
So
So it looked like the crowd. It looked like the crowd was rocking with them the whole time.
There was like he brought out one of his artists I think, and crowd dead. There was some artists that they came out, crowd was rocking. There's other artists that came out like, and y'all know who I'm talking about, where she was performing.
Oh, where it looked like she was stomping on a bug.
Oh yeah, when the little kid says, "Look what I can do."
Hey, watch this.
Hey, watch this. Yeah, and I'm like, for me, that's like, I know it's gonna happen to me, where the crowd's not always gonna be on your side. You think about this, bro.
No.
And that's the hardest thing people don't understand for festivals. That's the hardest thing because some of those people aren't there to see you.
No, honestly they're probably there early enough to try and get closer to the act after you.
Yeah, either act after you or even the headliner of that stage.
Yeah.
So majority of those fans there aren't your fans, or they may have heard a song, but there's some cases where they don't know who you are, and you have to try to win those people over, and you gotta go
hard.
perform.
It's hard.
You gotta go perform, and it's hard. If the weeks leading up to your set there, you had a very bad freshman freestyle, then you try to redeem yourself. It's just like, and with today's generation, as soon as you become a meme or as soon as you become like a thing on Twitter,
It's hard to go back. From
it's
that.
hard to go back from that, especially that fast.
There's one person that mastered that. His name is Drake.
Yeah, but
He used it to his favor later on.
yeah, later
Yeah.
on, it's not. It's like, well, bro, we all saw when at Camp Flognon when they booed him.
Yeah.
and like stayed quiet.
Still don't get it.
Still, I don't get it. But even it happens to everybody.
Yeah.
And some of the big artists happened early in their career. I was there when people kind of booed Kendrick, and it's like, now look at them. You got to get your, you got to earn your stripes.
Yeah.
I guess that's the theme today. And
So
yeah,
you're- so you're saying she hasn't earned her stripes yet?
well, I think she's a fairly new artist still.
Yeah.
Like, the way I look at it, you haven't really earned your stripes yet until you're performing at night for festivals.
Yeah.
For
You-
festivals,
yeah,
you
yeah,
earned your stripes
yeah.
when you're performing at night.
Mm-hmm.
The earliest, Sunset.
Yeah.
Sunset after, those are artists that are, they're artists. Like, they sell out tours. They do, like, they earn their stripes.
Mm-hmm.
If you're performing in the day, you're on the come up. When you're the small print on the lineup, you got to earn your stripes.
So do you? So my question to you is: do you think she did all this dancing and stuff to earn her stripes?
No, well, she's at the end of the day, she's there for a reason. It's like she performs, she has a job to do, so she's got to give it her all. Like even if the crowds are on your side, even if they're like you got maybe, you know, that's a huge crowd, maybe like 20 people or 100 people are there to see you.
Mm-hmm.
You owe it to them to give it your all.
Yeah.
Because they could be rocking with you. Now, if nobody's rocking with you and you start like throwing a fit, then you're gonna lose some fans.
100%.
Because they're like, wait, this is how you act. Like I came to see you,
Yeah, and
Like-
you're acting like a brat.
and you're acting like a brat. Or if it's a dude, you're acting like, come on, bro.
You're acting like a bitch.
Yeah, come on. Like, I'm here to see you. Like I'm here rapping with like you maybe not be able to hear me,
Yeah.
but like I'm here. So it's like you kind of owe it to them. So that's just the way I look at it. Like performing in front of people is the hardest thing to do, especially when it's your own art. When it's your art,
Yeah.
it's your music. It's one thing like karaoke. It's not meant to be taken serious. So you could fuck around. You could be drunk and do karaoke. That's not the same thing as singing an original song
No.
that you wrote. And think about that, bro. Like, it's one thing to say somebody tell you like, "Oh, you fucking butchered that song," like, and you laugh it off because
Yeah, it's like, yeah,
it's,
bro.
it's not even that serious, bro. It's karaoke.
Yeah. I was supposed to fucking
Yeah.
fuck up.
Yeah, but if someone says you're a trash artist, that's different.
Yeah.
And
So it's I think of music in that way the same thing as I think of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Like stand up, it is the like those two things are the hardest things to. Hey, bro,
Absolutely.
because if you suck, you have nobody to blame
But
but yourself. Like
Yeah.
you couldn't win the crowd over. They weren't rocking with you. Like it is the hardest thing to win over.
Mm-hmm.
Like in any other aspect, even in sports, you have a team, or even if it's a single person.
Exactly.
Like
team sports.
yeah,
And when there's individual sports like tennis, wrestling,
boxing, MMA,
boxing, like sports that are individual sports, those people and like I would say comedians and music artists, they all have that commonality of it's just us.
If you suck on the stage, bro, it's you.
Mm-hmm. Or and you could even in a band, you could kind of hide behind like if you're not the best of singer, but your band like fucking rips.
Yeah.
You could kind of hide. You could mask it a bit, but if you're just up there, it's just you and your DJ. Hey, bro, it is just you.
Hey, bro, it's gonna be a long night.
Yeah, and that's when you got to ask yourself: is this what I want? Is this what I want to do?
Yeah.
like that. And those are the moments where, like, you gotta like you're just looking at like how bad do I want this? Because and if you give a great performance, but the crowd doesn't really receive it, but you could win them over. They respect that you gave it. Like, you know what? I might check for her music, or I might check for his music.
Because honestly, some of those times, they weren't even really here to see me. Like, that wasn't really my crowd. Maybe they're here for somebody else.
Yeah.
But you put a good enough performance. It might have not been exactly what they wanted, but it caught their eye. So they're all, let's see where this goes.
Bro, think about this. Like, we were there for Flosstradamus's first set at Coachella in the Sahara tent when it was still just a tent, a small tent.
Yeah.
And
Small, like nothing of what that tent looks like now.
And we didn't know who they were.
No.
Didn't know who they were, and we saw them go all the way to the outdoor stage. Every year or 2 years it was, and they made it. And you're like, every year they gained more fans by just killing it and doing their best.
Yeah,
Like,
because even at the Sahara tent, which is the first time I ever heard of them, or I heard of them before, I just didn't see like a performance or never went out of my way to listen. I was like, holy shit, like this is really cool.
yeah, and the same thing like Rolling Loud St. John was there, and he's performing at night.
Yeah.
Or I think it was like around sunset. Either way, he's still on the come up, and he's already had songs nominated for or won a Grammy already. And like we saw him at the Observatory, his second time at the Observatory, because the first time he opened up for Post Malone. That time it was his own tour, but like it was still like before his second album even came out.
Yeah.
So it's like when tickets I think were $20. Now you try to go see him, I think they're probably closer to $50.
Yeah, probably. If
Yeah.
I was and it's very different venues now.
Very different, like what he's gonna command now. And every year you're gonna see artists grow. It kind of a step back for some because of the pandemic, but those festivals, it's so hard. That's why I respect like artists that go and that they give it their all. And you feel bad like nobody's really rocking with them, but
Hey, it's the name of the game. Like they say all the time, like you're gonna eat shit up there. Learn how to eat shit. Like that's gonna take you the longest way.
bro, if Drake can bounce back from breaking his leg on stage, people forget about that. He broke his leg on stage. Go on YouTube and research it. They carried him off stage like LeBron in the finals, bro, when he got body cramps. They carried him off stage. He was crying on stage, and he came back from that, and now he's the biggest artist in the world. Also, it was an 8-year difference, but he came back from that.
Hey, the point is he rebounded.
He rebounded. It's like I think he performed in a wheelchair. And I think 2 Chainz even performed in a wheelchair.
2 Chainz did.
Yeah.
I remember that.
But it's like, bro, if Drake can come back, he was the poster child for acting light skinned.
Mm-hmm. He was a walking meme.
Walking meme, and he bounced back from that.
And he turned the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
He won everybody over.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, it takes time, but hey, it's the same question. How bad do you really want to do this?
Yeah, is what it is. I mean, I don't know. I look at that, and to kind of segue of like, you know, seeing artists go from not the bottom, but like earning their stripes to like where they're at this other level where they could sell out arenas, they could do so much.
Are you talking about Kanye?
I'm talking about Kanye because I saw a lot on Twitter, and I'm a Kanye stan, but I have a very good perspective, a healthy perspective on it. Like I could see both sides of it, and I saw a lot of people were saying like, "Oh, this man's scamming." Yes and no, because you're worth what people are willing to pay.
Is he scamming, or is it the people that are there for bad intentions scamming?
Exactly.
You have to ask yourself that.
I like when I saw people posting like that the bag of air. Sometimes I think they're just trolling.
Yeah.
But if somebody's gonna pay for it, then someone's gonna pay for it.
Hey, bro, they put his merch up for like $500 a shirt. Hey, I mean, if they're gonna pay for it, they're gonna pay for it.
And then there's some people that don't understand the concept of listening parties. Hey, fans just don't get to go to listening parties.
No, that's never been a thing.
Never. I mean, there could be some artists that allow like select fans, like, hey, you know, enter to win a chance.
Yeah.
To come to a super exclusive listening party at
Or-
fucking
or-
One Oak or some shit.
Or you'll hear like sessions between a bunch of big artists that they'll make an event of it amongst themselves, but that's not privy to the average audience.
You'll see record label executives, their artists that they fuck with,
Yeah.
like everybody's there for a look at these events, and it's like it's closed off to the public. You have to know somebody to be able to get access, a guest list, something. You just don't go. And I thought it was cool because they say he sold out. I don't think he didn't sell out the
think he did.
Mercedes-Benz Stadium, but still he packed. It was a lot of people. He at least sold out the first kind of what is that considered, like the lower level,
Yeah.
all the way around, like not
Like
the upper, not the nosebleeds, but
No.
like that area.
But if you told me that there was 15,000 people there, I'd be like, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I could see it to 15,000 people being there.
15,000, and those 15,000 people paid to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them were family and friends and stuff, but that's probably 100.
I
people.
guarantee you that merch sold out.
No, and it did.
Yeah.
And he's selling his merch there for whatever price it was. Hey, when you're at Coachella buying merch, it's not cheap.
No,
You're not
oh,
buying
no.
$20 shirts. You're
No.
buying $35, $45, $50 shirts. There was a Beyonce.
Remember that jacket? I think?
Yes, the jacket, the varsity jacket that was selling for $400,000 resale on eBay.
Yeah.
After somebody purchased
Because it's
it.
limited. Like, you're never going to see that again. They're never going to
Exactly.
drop that again. Like, that is limited edition.
Mm-hmm. And he's not reselling. Like I get it with concessions. Like I saw somebody post a concession menu and how expensive it was.
Yeah.
But also, have you guys been to a Dodger game? You'll get $25 for a tall can.
Yeah. Have fun.
Have fun. Like I think people he doesn't owe, like, yes, he's a billionaire, but he also doesn't owe anybody to make things free.
No. Or make it convenient for you.
It's like, no, bro, you're getting to listen to my album that I'm still kind of working on. I'm gonna make some tweaks to it. Jay-Z literally, like, if you
Jay-Z and 2 Chainz literally did the verses the same day.
to me that's cool because it's like you could look at it like half-ass effort, but no, you're a part of it. Like
Yeah.
when I went to Sunday service at Coachella, yeah, did I have to wake up early? Did I have to power through it and get there and stand in the sun? Yeah, but I also could say that I was there and I got to experience it and I got to hear DMX say a prayer for everybody. I got to see them perform these songs.
Yeah.
I was there, and I think that's something that people don't have a concept of,
Or they
is
don't value enough.
they don't value being there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, bro,
Because everything has to be tangible in some way for people.
he may have sold tickets for $50. All those, he didn't force you.
No, you don't have to buy that ticket.
You didn't have to buy the ticket. Did you want him to just pass them out and everybody? Like, I mean, I guess, but at the
This
end
isn't,
of
this isn't a block party.
it's not a block party. 1, 2. I'm pretty sure he's renting out the Mercedes-Benz.
The amount of cost that goes into it, yeah, I can see why he charged some money for
Yeah,
that.
like, hey, there's a production value going on here. Like,
Yeah.
I'm making it. It's not like I'm gonna push play and there's no like he made the the whole field was a one big screen. He kind of walked out there. Yeah, like I get it, to you guys it doesn't seem like much, but it's not like we're going to your local bar and giving
no.
the DJ the USB and pushing play,
Hey, if you could,
which is what most listening parties are like.
no disrespect, but if you're paying $10 to get into your local bars, and we know which bars those are in Palm Springs, if you can
Yep.
pay $10 for that, you're telling me $50 for Kanye's listening party? Value wise, yeah, I'll pay that $50.
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna entail,
Yeah.
but I know that I'm getting myself into an event.
And
This is
I
an
would be
experience.
pissed off too if I waited if I waited that long, because I think it was an hour and a half, hour 45.
Yeah, it's closer to 2 hours. Yeah,
Closer to 2 hours of waiting.
it's also Kanye. Should have
Yeah,
known.
he's gonna. They're like, I think people don't realize this, but artists aren't fucking punctual.
No.
They're notoriously known for being late for everything.
Think about it, bro. It's not with the what they're doing is not out of just fucking. They're just shooting the shit. No, everything is planned. Everything that's involved with an artist, regardless of what they do, is a spectacle. In every single thing, minute detail that you see going on, they already planned in their head ahead of time, because they're all, this is gonna build towards something, or this is an event within itself. The fucking field being a projector in itself was its own thing. Him walking around was its own thing. I've never seen anybody do that, and people could hate on it like, man, this dude just walked around. You guys just looked at him like a dumbass. I guess if that's the perspective you want to take on it, I don't see it that way.
If you have a negative perspective on it already, it's the same way I view anti-vaxxers, bro. Just say you don't want the vaccine. It's super
say
simple. Just say you hate Kanye. It's super simple. Like, I guarantee you though, if like what did you want him to do better? To be on time, I guess. But you'd still be mad that somebody was trying to sell a bag of air. You'd still be mad that his shirts were already reselling for $400.
Yeah, no, you would've been mad
You'd still be
regardless.
mad that he charged $50 a ticket. Okay, he charged $25. Well, the album's not even finished. You shouldn't be charging for anything. Is that really? Like,
That's not true either.
no, because he's letting you be a part of it. Like, it's a production. It's just it's all perspective at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And also, you got a lot of people are complaining that aren't there.
Nah. And by the way, that's a privilege. Anything like that is a privilege.
Yeah.
It's not a necessity. They're not doing this because they need you there. Oh, you think it's a money play? You think he's hurting that bad for money? I highly doubtful.
Doubt it.
So it's everything that he's doing. I see it as like, oh, it's a privilege.
Like the other day, we saw a brand charging $100 to allow 30 minutes to be able to shop in their store. No, not their store. Their secret archive.
Yes.
Their secret archive area. You're paying money to be able to shop. Yeah, because there's stuff in here. Like if someone were to come in here, there's stuff that we have here that isn't on the store.
No.
And it's probably the only one, bro, or it's the last one. We're never doing that again.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that was a concept thing that we never came out with. Yeah, you're gonna pay for that. Like, I'm not just, oh yeah, no, bro, just here, have it.
Yeah. Like, oh, I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Like, no.
What?
If you value your things, then you're not just like, I get it. Like, there's giveaways and certain things you could do. There's certain promos and stuff you could do to help people out. But your art is whatever you deem it as. Like, how value. Like, I wouldn't want to. Like, we've done things to where we've like, yeah, like we normally price at this. Like, you don't have to give it to us for that. Like, it's all good. Like, it's one of those things. I also know we're not that brand.
Yeah.
Or we're not at that level yet. But when we do get to that level, there's gonna be certain things I want to do on the low for the customers. Absolutely, why not? I
Yeah.
get it. But you're also not going to dictate what I value any of our art as.
Yeah. It's
Heaven's Demons NFT coming out soon.
you can do the way I look at it. We live in a time where you can do whatever you want to do, and you have the right to either be a part of it or not.
Don't.
Nobody asked you to buy a ticket to Kanye's thing.
Nope.
Nobody asked you to be on the Apple Music to watch it. Nobody forced you. I mean, nobody forced you to do anything. You made those choices. So start being mad at the choices you make, not the outcomes of like what happened. Like, you know what? I should have known. That's on me.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm mad that I wasted my time hearing this. Well, what were you doing before that your time was really that valuable? Like, oh, you're just sitting at home? Okay, well,
Yeah, like,
come on now.
right at 5 o'clock, I turn on Apple Music and I realize, oh, he's not gonna show up.
No,
And
I
'cause
would check
told
in.
you.
Yeah, I would check in sporadically. Like, oh, is
Like,
it going
I'm not
on?
gonna
No.
waste my time. I'm not gonna sit here and wait. and not do anything. Like, bro, I could have this playing in the background. On my phone, I don't have to be logged into like in the Apple Music app for it to be playing.
Yeah, it'll be playing in the background.
It'll play in the background. Like I'll go back looking to it. It's just you're more mad at the decision you made, not at what the decision was.
Mm-hmm.
The decision you made. We all have choices. And yes, I know there's other artists. Like I know TDE is known for throwing free concerts. I know there's certain artists that throw free shows and like stuff like that. Yeah, and they chose to do that.
It's not an obligation. That's not a necessity. If people want to do that, they'll do it.
Yeah, there's always ways to get back to the community. I'm pretty sure any smart businessman would, but I'm sure if I were to look it up right now, if Kanye's done any charitable contributions or anything for his community
It's a
back
write-off,
home,
guys. So I'm gonna say this: he absolutely does.
but he might have already done it as well, like he wanted to genuinely do
yeah,
it.
that too.
So it's like, yeah, but it's always people focusing on the negative. You always are making something negative.
Yeah.
Like, does anybody bitch and complain, like I said, about fucking beers at Dodger Stadium? No, but I see y'all posting your micheladas that I know you spent
Every
$25.
single time.
$25 on. I know you spent that. I know you did.
Hey, but you know what? You don't care.
And you, like Dave Chappelle said, hey, you'll never get your money back. You paid for the attempt. Like,
I do
yeah,
remember that joke.
yeah,
You're right.
He's like, when he bombed in Detroit, city of Detroit, hear me and hear me now. You will never get your fucking money back. You paid for the attempt. When you go to a Dodger game, you didn't pay for them to win. You paid to see the game.
Yeah.
However the game goes, how it fucking goes. When you paid for the ticket to his listening party, you paid to be there.
Hey, bro,
now,
there could-
how that shit goes.
Hey, bro, there could
is
be
how it goes.
Hey, there could be a rain delay. There could be a lot of different things. Like,
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
I guess we're not watching this full game now.
Or or we're going into extras.
Mm-hmm.
We're going extra innings. Hey, we're in the fucking 14th inning right now.
It's fucking 11:30 at night.
It's-
I still
it's
gotta
bad.
Still gotta drive 2 hours home.
Yeah, but hey, I'm here. Like,
fuck it.
even in the worst situations, I look at it like, bro, at least I was here.
Yeah.
Like, what else? What else was I gonna be doing at 9 a.m. on Sunday, the Sunday morning of Coachella? Sleeping
Sleeping.
or fucking waking up trying to shower this hangover off. But what was I doing? Sweating out in the sun. I actually even felt better.
Sweating out all the alcohol.
Sweat out all the alcohol. Well, by the time I got home, I was making breakfast. I already was in a good mood. But it's like, yeah, I made these decisions to be there. How the outcome happens, it fucking happens.
And that applies to many different things in life.
And
you
now
can
I
take that.
see-
You can take that everywhere.
Hey guys, and listen, if Jay-Z's on Kanye's side, he's all right. All right,
That is
he's if it's when you see your friend dating a certain person that you don't condone of. So you distance yourself a bit, or vice versa. You notice that your friends distance themselves from you because they're not in line with your choices, but you're a grown-ass adult making these choices.
Yes, you are.
And then you start making some different choices. You notice that friend comes back. Hey, you might be doing better in life. Now he's living in Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Apparently, until he finishes his fucking album.
He's living there and just walking around. Like, how cool is that, bro? Like, there was a tweet that said, it's a breath of fresh air seeing one of the artists in our generation being genuinely crazy. Like, he's genuinely crazy.
Yeah, but we still accept him.
We still accept him. Like, hey, yo, he's literally broke up with his wife that
Which, by the way, there's a song on that album that it felt like he was trying to.
trying, but divorced from his wife that
You could divorce from God.
What? He needed divorce from God. Yeah. There's some songs he needed the devil. But
Or Hennessy.
it's both. There's devil and Hennessy. There's Hennessy and the devil. Look, he is walking around like he's the Phantom of the Opera of
Yeah,
Mercedes-Benz Stadium, just walking around.
Bro,
and if you guys have watched a virtual tour or just a tour of that stadium, I'd want to live there too.
Bro, you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of like fucking Tony Stark. Like he's
Yeah.
literally a character.
Yeah.
Like but you think Tony Stark's in a movie.
Yeah.
Kanye, that's actually real life. Oh, so you're telling me
Hey,
there's
his
a guy.
life's a movie.
Hey, it is. There's a guy just living in a fucking stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, fucking good for that guy.
Yeah, walking around with pantyhose on his face.
Yeah, good for him. I wish I could
Dressed
do
in
that.
the fucking puffer Gap jacket that hasn't even released yet.
No, it's probably gonna sell for a lot of money.
Yeah. And he's just walking around willy-nilly.
Yeah.
And guess what, guys? He's back to himself. Like, he probably feels free. You know when you guys get out of your relationships and you dye your hair or you cut your hair or you get back to the gym.
shedding some new skin.
Shedding some new skin. You're bar hopping now. You're wearing less and going out more. We all know the lines in the captions. Like, we all know. That's
It's
what
all good.
Kanye's doing. Hey, sometimes you need a break from maybe society.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah, like yeah, bro.
But granted, hey, yeah, we can do that after breakup. We're not Kanye, and we can't fucking get a whole stadium.
Yeah,
but
I don't
tell you
have
thi-
his resources.
Hey, I'll tell you this: if I was, I would probably do the same. I'll be honest, I'd probably do worse.
Hey, honestly, when I saw he bought all that land in Wyoming, I was like, I get it.
Buying a mountain, that's what I wish I could do.
I get it. I get it. And you know what? She probably doesn't want to be there. Yeah. Hey,
Good.
Hey, babe, tell me where you don't want to live. Just bought a house there.
Hey, crazy! Bought a whole mountain.
It's fucking wild. I bought a whole mountain. There's lambs walking around. Everything that would not be associated with her. And he's like, oh, it's some fucking peace and quiet.
She's like, I just love being in the heart of LA.
Yeah.
He's like, got it. Don't go there.
Got it. Spend less time there.
Yep.
Hey, yep. You know what? Crazy. I'm working on a whole album.
Yeah, look at that.
Hey, crazy enough, I have a whole fucking barn here that turned into a warehouse where I'm designing all my Yeezy stuff. Hey, I
and
have to be here.
Hey, I probably even have a whole fucking recording studio there.
Hey, quiet is kept. I know a lot of people in relationships that they die to spend time away from their
Oh,
relationship.
absolutely.
They fucking grab at the moment.
Bro.
At the moment.
Hey, bro, we
Hey,
all,
where are we going?
we all have friends like
Hey,
that.
where are we going?
We all have
Hey,
friends.
no.
Oh, no, you said you wanted to. You brought up like you want to do that on Saturday.
Yeah, no.
You want to do Saturday night?
You want? Hey, no. Hey, bro, let's take a shot. Hey, no, let's check out this bar now. No,
Yeah.
we just wanted to check. Hey, bro, we got work in the morning. Ah, fuck it, we all got work in
We
the
all
morning,
gotta
bro.
wait. I'm like, hey, bro, do you just not want to go home? Like, fucking be honest here, because it's fucking 2 a.m. at Moxie's on a
Yeah.
Thursday, and you're over here still here.
Yeah, like you.
I've been trying to get gone.
bro. Hey, you know what, bro? We're ungrateful for our freedom.
I think
But also, that's a choice we made.
no, and that is by being single. But I do think about that in a relationship. That's why I don't think. Not saying I wouldn't get in a relationship.
No.
But like I'm conscious of that specific thing now.
yeah,
I never did before.
and think about him being in. How long were they married? Since 2012.
Long time.
I don't know, man. I think he was the first guy to rent out a stadium and propose.
He was the first.
First guy to rent out a baseball stadium. It was the Giants Stadium. I mean,
Out of
bro,
all
can't pick the
places.
best- can't pick the best all the time.
No, it is.
But I mean, the Dodger Stadium didn't get remodeled yet, so I get it.
I get it. Makes sense.
Hey, San Francisco. I've never been to their stadium, but from the looks of it, it's got a little mystical aspect to it.
It is beautiful.
Yeah,
As much as I hate to say it.
yeah. Smelling the fresh water, perhaps.
Oh, speaking of fresh water, well, not really too fresh, but J-Lo and Ben are back together.
What it had to do with fresh water?
You didn't see that photo of them on the boat?
Oh yes,
Yeah, like
nah,
20 years.
I see.
20 years apart,
20 years apart, hey,
or something like that.
19 years.
19. Hey, fucking tomato. Long time. long time.
I saw a tweet that said, "See, guys, you could still get her
We're-
19 years
Yeah,
later.
I saw that.
You
I was
still
like-
got a chance."
I saw that. I was like, oh boy. I was like, oh, thank you. I was like, the silver lining is there.
Hey, bro, you could do whatever you want for 19 years, and you still got a shot.
Hey, bro, that it allowed. You know what it did for me? It allowed me to breathe a little bit better now.
Bro, I've been binging Gossip Girl. Same thing. Rufus and Lily. 20 years later, they've had their own kids. You still got a chance, bro. For all you guys out there.
There's a movie that just came out on Netflix. I don't want to say the name, but it's very similar. Like there's love letters involved. You can guess which one it is. Brand new, but it's the same situation where they're just split apart. They've already grown old at this point. But the minute they knew that the option was available again,
Hey.
straight to it.
Stars that are meant to cross will always cross.
Mm-hmm. Might be 40 years later. You might be a very old man and she's a very old woman. But hey, is your soulmate your soulmate? Go ahead.
For sure. But yeah, no,
Good for them.
what is
Fantastic
that?
for
What is that? What can I attribute that to? I don't know the ins and outs of A-Rod and her relationship.
That was the first thing I was thinking. I was like, what? To follow that up is one thing. But it's also I've also
White
thought
Boy Summer.
I've also thought about this.
It's a White Boy Summer?
Well, yes and no. But I also thought about this. I was like, okay, he could provide a lot of things for her.
Mm-hmm.
Providing is one aspect of a relationship, but it doesn't mean that he can necessarily give her what Ben could give her, and that could be in different avenues.
There's
you know,
some things
you never know.
You have to look at it this way: what can you provide a woman that already has her own money? Because if in some aspects, I've seen relationships where it's like, oh, you're with this person because they have money.
Yeah.
Okay, but what happens when she has her money now? Okay, what can you provide her now? It's like, oh, there's that connection that's supposed to be there, that finishing each other's sentences. That when I look at you and we both know we're gonna sneak off to the bathroom, perhaps.
Hey, just give a little look from across
Yeah,
the barges.
Hey, like Talladega Nights. Everybody just go back what you're doing.
Well,
Just don't mind us.
I'm on. No, don't look at my eyes.
Don't look at my eyes, but I'm about to put your mom's hair in the mashed potatoes.
We've all had that look.
Cal, I'll hold her hair.
Hey, yeah, no, I can't even say it. Come on, that's what friends do for each other. But yeah, dude, maybe it just ran out because no disrespect, A-Rod has a lot of money, and I'm pretty sure it's not that J-Lo hasn't seen any of those things like that's, but
She's dated around.
Absolutely.
She's still making money from her old music and stuff. But maybe it just that connection wasn't there anymore.
yeah, I think it faded away. Because the connections that A-Rod has, the people that he knows, I'm sure even for her, she's like, oh, wow, this is really cool. Like, oh, wow, like my husband's like on the broadcast for like the World Series. Like just things like that come out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wow.
You got old Ben over there.
And then, and
you got the Batman.
Hey, then you just got Ben Affleck smoking a cigarette still in 2021. Like,
no, you got Ben Affleck with the mask over his nose, smoking a cigarette underneath, and she's like, I want to fuck him.
and he's just like this.
Or when did you see the memes that they have him? They're like, he's given us so much, and the amount of memes that Ben Affleck's given.
Oh,
in a
absolutely.
year. He's fucking holding on to, I think it's Chinese takeout. Bro, just in the rain, just, oh my God.
Bro, just think of, like, oh, look at my hubby up there, like, broadcasting the World Series, and you just got Ben.
Just fucking a.
That's a different animal. And you can't say those two people are the same. God, no, they're not.
God, not at all. It reminds me of New Girl. I hate that I attribute things. Remember when she was dating, I think, was the captain? Was the captain? It was no. It
The
was
captain's How I Met Your Mother.
No. It's not the captain. It's the other guy, the rich dude. I forgot his name.
Russell.
She's dating Russell, and he didn't argue with her.
Oh, yeah.
There's no passion.
There's no passion.
Yeah. But whenever he argued with his ex-wife, and she could see the visible fucking passion, and she's like, I want that.
Yep.
That at the end of the day, like, you could have the money, you could have this and that, but this woman's gonna she just want to be.
Oh, at the end of the day, that desire is always going to be there.
Yeah.
And you know what? It wasn't the rich guy with his own house, his own cars. Hey, bro, that dude had money to blow. Who was it? It was good old Nick Miller.
Good old Nick Miller,
bro.
the guy that has a shoebox full of fucking bills that he just hopes washes away.
I refuse to open a bank.
Yeah. I didn't have a shoebox where I put my bills. I just a
drawer?
dresser, a drawer.
Yeah.
A drawer that I would just, you know what, man? I'll deal with that later. That's also me at 19.
Yeah, what? We all learn.
Yeah.
We all learn at different ages. But I saw that and I was just like, hey, bro. This life's really tricky. You really never know.
Mm-hmm. What are you bringing fire into this woman's life? Does she enjoy being around you? Does she look forward? Are you guys excited? It's just connection, it's passion, it's all this other stuff that you can't quantify.
Hey, bro, I always equate it to this, like, and I told this to like friends in relationships. When you see her text message, do you get happy? Or when you see that message, it's like an eye roll, or like,
Yeah.
fuck, what is she about to say?
I'll deal with this in a second.
That my point exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. No relationship is fucking happy 100% of the time. I 100% get that. But is it more times bad than it is good? Now we got a problem.
Advice I've given
to
younger siblings: if we're already arguing and it hasn't even been a year yet,
We're still on the honeymoon.
Yeah, like what are you doing if you're arguing already? If you're constantly arguing with this person, like, yeah, I get it, but this shouldn't be happening. Like, yeah, you're gonna have some disputes. Adam, why are you texting her? Things are gonna happen.
Why is Little Caesars calling you at 3 a.m?
Hey, you know what? Excellent customer service.
No, I think I forgot.
You know what? I forgot a hot and ready over
Yeah,
there.
you know, and she's, or not she, the Little Caesars. I don't know who Caesar is, but is asking if I want my hot and ready.
You know what? They're
right
going
now.
above and beyond. They had a whole rebrand. They're going above and beyond.
Yeah,
they're open 24 hours now. This specific location.
only this one though.
Only this one.
And only to my phone.
Yeah, yep. She's like, oh, I'll go with you. Pick up the pizza. No, it's a solo thing. They get weary with new customers at this hour.
You know what? Let me check in with them, and then next time I'll see what I can do for us. You know, I'll be that guy for you. You know, I'll help you out.
That's funny. That's never happened before.
No, never, not once. But yes, that's how. When I think of those, and I was thinking about this, I was like, okay, Ben and A-Rod are two completely different fellas. I was like, I look at Ben, and he's a little bit more rugged. You know, he just looks like the guy that's like, hey, we can have this argument if you want to have, but this is gonna be a battle. Like, hey, want to do this? We could do this.
Mm-hmm.
Buckle the fuck up though, because it's gonna be a ride.
Yeah.
Not saying A-Rod don't have that in him, but maybe that he just didn't bring that out of her.
Mm-hmm. I'll say this,
It's
like,
tricky.
I think it's healthy to have like little, what's like,
Debates.
yes, debates, like little tiny. Don't agree with everything. I remember my uncle told me that.
Oh God, no.
I remember my uncle told me like, hey, don't always say yes. Say no sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's not that big of a deal. No.
It's gonna become a deal in
Yeah.
the future if you don't.
No, it's not gonna be that thing of what you're saying yes to in this moment, but she's gonna expect you to say yes for whatever this is.
Yeah.
And the moment you say no over here, that's gonna be the problem, because it's like you guys kind of, you both are learning from each other and you're conditioning each other kind of like how to act and how to be. So it's like you can't really you can't set new boundaries further down the road when they're already like how they say, like, when they break up, like, oh, and now this person wants to get in the gym, or now this person wants to do this and that. Like, I've been asking, well, yeah, but it also came from you.
Yeah.
They're not by themselves anymore trying to like win over somebody else or whatever they're doing. Like, now they're doing it for themselves.
Yeah.
Like, before they just, it's relationships are fucking tricky. But I think healthy little, like, let's get in an argument about, like, just a little something, like, whether it be fucking pineapple on pizza, maybe.
Why did you put
Yeah.
this much spice in my pasta?
Yeah.
Hey, you know I'm fucking lactose intolerant, and you fucking decide to go with lasagna?
Yeah.
You're the fucking devil. You know that?
Yeah. Why'd you put pineapple on my pizza? I'll put pineapple on your ass.
You think that's gonna stop me?
Yeah, I eat your ass. Pineapple on, is that where we draw the line? Pineapple on pizza?
Oh, hey, now we're gonna be picky.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. What are we doing here?
Exactly. Just little things like that.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, there's
It's a fine line, dude.
Yeah,
don't
there's a
don't
fine-
go
there's a
don't
fine
go
line.
looking for arguments either. That's not the thing.
no.
Like, being playful and being argumentative is different.
Yeah.
You can be playful all you want, but you make it into an argument. Look, we've talked to enough women. They're gonna remember everything.
Yeah.
Everything, and they'll bring it up.
Even when you think they don't. It's always, they bring it up the right time. They're mental ninjas.
It's phenomenal how they go about it. I'll never understand it.
Has this happened to you where they act like you've never done something before when you know you have?
Oh, just to see your reaction out of it?
Kind of like you never tell me these things, or kind of like, oh, you know what, you don't do that for me anymore, or it's like, wait, what? So you're gonna act like I never
Never did it, not once.
not once. Oh, okay, so all the time. Oh, so
So fuck the 30 other times I did it.
yeah, or
This one time
certain
is-
things like that. It's like, I've noticed that sometimes, like, they're very selective, and it's kind of to, like, I don't know if it's an argument strategy, but they'll dramatize whatever it is to, like, you exaggerate it. You've never done that.
Oh, yes. Okay, now I get what you're
Yeah,
saying. Yes,
you've
no,
never-
absolutely. And I'll say this: all men are fucking dumb, because a man will only try to argue on the big things. It's like, you fucking idiot. There's less of the big things than there are of the little things. She's bringing up all the little things, and you know what? Those numerically are just more. Like,
Yeah.
you're picking the wrong battles here, buddy. I get it. Like, this one big thing should be a thing.
Yeah.
But she's gonna bring up 6 other things, and you lost. You lost already.
Yeah, because now,
It's happened countless times.
now you
But I'm
look
the
like
asshole.
you're consistently not doing these things, so you're failing.
Absolutely. You're not the man I fell in love with.
Yeah. Oh my god. You know what? Like,
You didn't
you've
you didn't give me flowers on this day, and you always give me flowers on the day. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was at a family event, and I'm sorry I couldn't be there on that day. I'm like, hey, you know what? Forget me for fucking having my niece born on the day. You know? How could I do that?
How can I do
How could I
that?
do that?
You know what? Next time I'll tell her, push it back.
Yeah. Now, hey, C-section the next day. Hey, fuck your contractions.
Yeah. I have a contractual agreement.
I got a contractual agreement. I'm on my monthly boyfriend payments are not going through, and she's pissed.
Yeah. She's like, well, it's not your kids. What do you got to be there for?
Bro, it'd be the littlest shit. I'm just like, all right, well, yeah, no, terrible. Can't believe I didn't do that.
It's mind boggling, and I think they do that to throw you off. Because then you start getting flustered.
Yeah.
And then you raise your voice, start crying. and then you feel bad.
Now
You feel bad. Now you're
You're the
you're
asshole.
apologizing.
You're
You're
the
apologizing.
asshole,
You're like, "Babe, stop.
Yeah.
So I'm you know how I get.
Yeah. Hey, bro, ain't that about a bitch, bro? Because they know men, first of all, have no control. Well, not no control, but they really don't know how to deal with their emotions.
No.
Not as well as women do. I think we
Yeah.
could say that. So, hey, they have that in their back pocket at all times.
Also,
I'm not. We're not here to shame women.
no,
in
we're not
this
shaming,
podcast.
but
We're
sometimes
just bringing things
you're
up.
bringing things up. Sometimes I don't think women know
Hmm.
when you're actually yelling. I don't think they know the difference between a stern voice and a yell. Sometimes, like, why are you yelling?
Oh yeah.
Why you're yelling at me? This is yelling.
Like you.
This is not yell. Like I'm at a 5 right now. I'm at
Yeah.
a 6 maybe. Like I'm not.
You're in the
even-
kitchen. I'm
yeah.
in the living room. I might have to be a little loud only because you're so far, but I'm not yelling at you.
Yeah.
Like, people can't hear us. Like, they can hear
Yeah.
the TV more than they hear us.
Yeah. Another strategy. I think it's enough strategy to just like
Oh, bro, and Lord forbid you're calm
Yeah.
and you're very controlled in the situation.
you just don't care.
Oh, you don't. There you go. How did? Hey,
I think the listeners can tell how many arguments.
Hey, how does this not affect you like it affects me? Like, does this not?
You're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
But there's
because
no winning in that.
They
They
got,
lost.
They got both ways.
Yeah, no.
Like you overreact. Oh my god, you're so insecure. Oh my god, why are you berating me like this?
Yeah.
I
deserve
can't. I
this.
can't think when you're raising your voice at me. Oh my god, you're breathing down my neck.
But Lord forbid
Yeah.
they raise their voice at you. Hey, bro, it's like Batman after he breaks your jaw. Now talk.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm flustered too now.
And then you let them talk, and they're like, "So you just got nothing to say for yourself? It's just
just gonna
me
stay
that-
quiet. You're just gonna stay quiet.
It's just me gonna fight for this relationship." It's like I was letting you finish. I thought I was doing the right thing by hearing you out.
There's just no winning.
It's like, bro, it's like you can't fully agree with everything. And you can't disagree
No,
on
bro.
anything or on everything. It's like, bro, you gotta maneuver. It gets tricky.
Bro, like it's bro, it's a tricky because sometimes it's like, I'll put it to you this way: with certain women, we know that certain women can be more bratty than the others, right? Like that's just same thing with men. Some men are more brat than women.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like I'll be looking at her, I'm like, do you just need a smack on the ass? Like, well, what is it that you want right now? Like, do you
Yeah.
really want to make this a thing, or is it just a fucking Wednesday and you're all, fuck it, let's make this an event?
Yeah.
Like, do you just want chaos in your life at times, or is this really bothering you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll never know.
Sometimes it's exactly what it is.
Might be both.
The moment she's done is when
There's no arguments.
there's no arguments. But you know something's wrong.
Yeah.
It's clearly visible.
Oh, she's checked out a month ago already.
Checked out when you're watching TV, she's not draped over you, or she's not fucking have her feet resting on your thighs anymore.
It's like, hey, man,
Yeah. Why like you guys are very dumb. Cuz that's
dumbest gender by far.
yeah. That's when they'll realize like,
Mm-hmm.
oh fuck, and then that's when they go through the theatrics of like, I know how to get her back.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I'm gonna book this vacation to Costa Rica. It's gonna win her back. Don't do that, folks.
She's like, I didn't want to go to Costa Rica, asshole. I just wanted you to open the door for me and listen to me about my day.
all right,
All right.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Is that really what you mean, though?
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. Relationships are tricky. I hope it all goes well for Ben and J Lo. And you know what? Even if they break up, could be another 19 years before they get back together. It could be.
Bold.
Could be. I don't know, guys.
Stay tuned.
Tell me what you guys think about that relationship. I'm kind of happy about it.
Do you think? I know a lot of people have been talking about the like Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt. Do you think they'll ever get back together? Like, kind of like, do you think there's gonna be a trend of like people getting back with their exes from like 20 years ago?
I don't know, because they've actually been around each other. Like, they've even.
I think they're friends.
Yeah, no, they're friends, and they've been like on Zooms together for like interviews and stuff. I remember, not that I looked into it, but I remember seeing them and just how they interact with each other. Like, you could just tell, like, oh, like they get along very well. Even
Yeah.
doesn't matter how many years have passed, they're always gonna get along.
Yeah.
Now, do I think it's gonna happen? I don't know, because like, not to be like, think about it. The type of women Brad Pitt can always just get. Same thing with Ben Affleck. He was with Anna the Spanish one.
Armas?
There you go. With her for the longest time. Like most men are gonna most of the time just resort to the younger chick. I think.
But then he left her to. Well, not he. I don't think he left her to go with J Lo. I think they broke up, and then I think he did a much smoother transition than J Lo did.
She wasted no time.
None. Women always have a contingency plan. If he
know
doesn't
what?
change,
I think
I saw a tweet that said, "If he doesn't change, then change the man."
Now that I'm thinking about it, not that I'm good at ass, but like now in my next relationship, if I ever get in one, I'm honestly gonna just out of curiosity be like, look, if I died today, like, and you grieved, for whatever appropriate amount of time is, 17 years, who knows, who'd you go with? Like,
Yeah.
is it gonna be somebody like me, or like
I
what
don't
would your
think-
what would your type
Oh,
be?
okay. Be careful how you phrase that, because if like, do you mean it as like a name, or do you mean it as like just some type of person? Yeah, just say like
I
what
don't
type.
need. I don't need.
You
I don't
phrase,
need.
You got to phrase it like, what type of person would you?
Yeah,
go
I don't
for?
need specifics.
Yeah. Funny enough, this past weekend I was having a conversation, and we were talking about like when guys go to prison, go to jail,
Yeah.
and like sometimes the girlfriends or the wives will wait, and she asked me, she's like, if your girlfriend or wife went to jail or prison for like, what's the amount of time you'll wait? I was like, that's tough. She's like, I was
Like,
like,
if it's a
give me a time, give me some time
If
scales.
it's a 10-year bid,
Yeah.
bro, that's a long time.
Yeah. And she's like, I think she's like 20 years. God, no, not waiting 20 years. What did you do to be in there 20 years?
It's a good point.
Yeah.
It's not tax evasion. It's not tax evasion.
Yeah. Okay. 5 years. Oh, it's a stretch.
It's a stretch. How old am I?
Yeah.
Also,
How like
that's
hey,
a fair question. Am I 43?
is it 5 or maybe 3 on good behavior?
Yeah. But
Yeah,
you act
those
like,
are things-
a brat, so we know it's gonna be 5 years.
Yeah. And then I was saying like, I thought about, I was like, for myself, like if I'm going to jail for longer than like somebody going to fucking college, then yeah, you
Yeah.
can go ahead and just go on with your life. Like, just it's not fair to you. It's not fair to me. Like,
Go ahead, live a
She
life.
was like, in California, they allow conjugal visits and stuff. I'm like, yeah, but like, how do you maintain a relationship?
What type of quality of a relationship?
If she
or
holds
life
it
is
down
that?
while I'm in there, like I know with Gucci's wife, she held it down when he was gone. I don't know how long he was gone. Maybe 2 years.
Yeah, different.
That's
scenario.
not. That's not. And also,
I sure hope you hold it down for 2
yeah,
years.
Yeah, 2 years. 2 years is manageable. 3 years, we'll be 5. Oh fuck.
Fuck. Hey, we're talking. We really have to talk this out. But
Yeah.
if you told me 7 to 10, I'm all, oh no.
No,
Can't do
just
that.
No, because what did you do? Because obviously you did something that warrants you being in there that long, and you made the conscious decision to do that.
Yeah.
Whether
Like,
it was a crime of passion,
you don't do it by mistake.
Yeah.
And get in there that long.
Yeah, and I would hate to be like, you know what? Yes, I'll wait 10 years for her. And then I go in there and she doesn't even wait a year for me. Hey, wait, what's going on here?
Life gets a little tricky, folks.
Like, I get it. I like my space. I like my distance, but I got to see you. I got to see you once a month. Like, that's the most I could go, like, time in between.
Yeah.
Like, if we're going longer than that, ooh.
I probably don't want to see you.
Yeah,
Or
like,
you probably don't want to see me.
yeah, like, hey.
And just say that. It's all good. You can just say it,
Mhm.
baby.
But, yeah, I always think about that. I don't know how we got to this. How did we get to this?
Oh, J-Lo and Ben.
J-Lo and Ben?
Hey, shout out to them. Hopefully they get it together. Or not get it together. I hope they have a good ride, whatever that entails. And whatever that means.
Mm-hmm. Hey, poor Ben, bro. He was just out there living his life, fucking models,
Beautiful actresses.
and just living, man.
Smoking fucking cigarettes. At
Yep,
least he's
in that
At
order.
least he a pack a day guy.
Yeah,
Easily.
And then she just came on back.
Bro, bro. Those 2 photos of him with his hand on her ass
Mm.
on the boat. I'm all,
She went from, what was it, Drake to A-Rod, and then to Ben, and Ben's like, hey, maybe this is just a stop along the ride, or she's, she went ahead and turned it off, and she's gonna stay here for. We're done. This is it. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe I turn my car on and I leave. Who knows? Maybe it's a stop along the journey.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. But you got to look at it. That's a healthy perspective. Hey, just enjoy it. Why would we waste what could be down the road when we got right now?
Yeah, they're not hurting to have kids or have a house or
No,
like,
they live
and
their
they all have their own things going on. It's fine. If I'm gonna be here, it's because I want to be here, and that's how you should look at every relationship, not for what you can get out of it,
For what it is.
for what it is. But call me crazy. Who knows?
Call me romantic.
Call me romantic. At least you're calling. But do we have anything else? I think we kind of wrapped it up this week.
Yeah, I mean the Olympics are going on. I really don't feel
Patriotic. Anything to be proud about?
well. I mean, I feel like I feel
Also really weird events.
it's yeah. I mean, it's crazy that the United States didn't place in skateboarding. Considering Nigel Houston wins all these events and stuff, he made a post about how he felt like he let everybody down this, that, and third. I feel bad. It's hard. It is hard. But it's just crazy to see like the stuff that you would think culturally we dominate in. We're not really
doing too hot and everything.
we're not too hot.
Hey, bro, it doesn't seem like doesn't seem like anybody's feeling too patriotic lately. I wonder why. What's happened in the last few years since the last Olympics that we've been patriotic about? I could only wonder,
Hey, I feel bad for Damian Lillard because he's looking at some players like, hey, why did they play different when they're playing for their home country?
Pride.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, they got the bag. They already got the bag.
Yeah.
Win the NBA. I'm gonna right now I'm playing for pride.
Evan Fournier is balling out. Bro, I remember Fournier when I was playing 2K12.
Hey, bro.
And he wasn't even good in that game. But all of a sudden, he's balling out.
At this point, bring Jimmer Fredette back.
Hey, Jimmer? He was a shooter.
Hey, bro. He plays in China. Leads the league. Scores like 35 points a game.
And that'll be Kyle Kuzma pretty soon.
Hey, Kyle Kuzma, your ass better be ready, buddy.
Hey, you and Jimmer going to team up for the Shanghai Knights.
Ni hao.
Yeah, bro, it's not looking good for that guy.
Bro, it's just not looking good for like USA Olympic. And honestly, like I don't even blame him at times. Like there's some of the events are just absolutely silly. I could see why we don't even get involved in some of them. And two, it's like, hey, bro, I really don't even like this flag that much, and I get it. I like, oh, but you live in this country, you should be a proud patriot. Like, yada yada. Just hey, I could be grateful. But you expect me to be a cheerleader? You expect me to go above and beyond?
Well, also, and they don't
play
get
my heart
paid
out
either.
Yeah, I don't get paid. Sponsorships and shit with other artists.
Endorsements, but I mean, they're probably already endorsed by that company anyway.
Yeah.
So, you think they're really hurting?
It's hard to tell KD, hey, bro, really, hey, listen to what I'm telling you with this basketball. Hey, bro, he has $100 million. You're not really going to make him do anything he doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
But that's the Olympics in a nutshell, guys.
I mean, it's weird. Bad taste in everybody's mouth of how they dealt with the Sha'Carri Richardson situation.
That too.
And then how they have, was it the U.S. women's soccer team, national soccer team, that they have the CBD ad?
Oh, did they? I didn't know that.
They were. I think it was a CBD marijuana ad.
Oh, good. Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, and it's just it just looks messy. I mean,
they're on fucking cardboard beds.
Yeah.
Of course it's messy.
I mean, it's
Don't tell the Mexico team that.
Latinos are gonna make any situation the best because they've experienced worse.
Oh, these beds are made out of cardboard. All right, guys. Hey, 3 grown ass men. Hey, guys, let's just all huddle together and jump on this bed. Let's see if we can break it.
Dude,
That's hey, bro. Take the Mexico national team. That's what you got.
Can't take anything serious.
No, never.
But yeah, I mean, I don't really like we said for the 4th of July. I don't feel really proud and good, honestly, because now the one thing we could hang our hats on are sports. We can't hang our hats on that anymore.
No.
Like, we're completely disregarding education. We're completely disregarding, healthcare, and then now our sports are sucking.
Oh, bro, it's gonna get bad. If we get sucky at sports, it's gonna be bad.
It's like your guaranteed A in school is PE.
Oh, that's a D now.
That's A. How do you fail PE? You're a professional athlete playing in the best league in the world, and you telling me you guys can't get it together?
Exactly,
bro. But it also goes to show, like, LeBron's not playing. Kawhi's not playing. Like, there's players that aren't playing.
AD, a lot of the best players aren't playing.
Yeah, and I remember, but I saw people posting like the 08 team with LeBron, D-Wade, Kobe, all Carmelo, Dwight Howard, and it's like, yeah, bro, they're all healthy and in their early 20s. It's not the same.
No.
And they're all hurt and they're not playing. So now you're waiting for Fred VanVleet or these maybe some other player. Like
No,
I
Fred
can't.
VanVleet-
He
Fred
plays
VanVleet's
Canada,
in Canada,
right?
yeah.
Who am I thinking about? Like you're waiting for some random player that's probably his second year in the league.
How could they not have Trey Young in there? You know how he would have gone so off. I feel like
Maybe, possibly. We'll never know.
Get
It
it
don't make
together,
no
America.
sense. It doesn't make any sense. Why is he not there? Is Steph playing?
No.
See, bro, our best play and then when you look at it in that aspect, our best players aren't playing.
Because they don't care.
Yeah, there's no
One, they're older, but two, it's like, why? I don't even care about this.
Is Lonzo even playing?
No,
Zion? No.
no.
Oh, so basically the guys that would have been the equivalent of when LeBron was in the league and Carmelo, like in their first few years,
Mm-hmm.
they're not playing.
Nope.
Because they didn't make the team.
Exactly.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Makes no sense to me. Zion, bro, he should have
Hey.
been. He should have been the face.
Hey, we
of it.
got Bam Adebayo though.
And good job, Bam, for standing up for yourself.
It's KD.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Good job.
Like he get bullied around.
Yeah, and who knows? You probably did have KD's ball, and he don't know that.
He's all.
You don't know that for sure?
I don't know this for sure, so I'm not gonna give it back just off principle.
And I hate, bro. It's always like the keyboard warriors, like that they've never played sports before, or maybe they did, but not really like on a good level.
No.
But they're like, oh, KD checks Bam, and I look at that, I'm like,
In what world?
in what world did he do that? Like he just brought it up and complained about it, and then he tried to snatch the ball and missed. Like that's embarrassing.
Hey, bro.
I looked at that, I'm like, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, like you try to out alpha him, and it failed.
Yeah,
miserably.
like hey, he even went like, hey, don't snatch
Yeah, like hey,
here, and like threw it back at him, like
Yeah.
here, bro, you don't gotta snatch.
I'll be honest. If I was Bam, I probably would have thrown the ball like opposite direction. Go get it
Yeah,
now. Fuck you.
or just dropped it.
Yeah.
Like here you go,
Pick it
bro.
up.
Oh, you want it so bad? Here.
Go ahead. There you
Dame took your ball, but whatever.
go. Hey,
fuck
but
me, right?
Hey, but I'm the asshole. All right, bro.
Yeah. Cool. It's like, and then just because you address something doesn't mean you're checking anybody.
No.
It just means that you're just addressing it.
Yeah.
There's about to be some confrontation, but it's
KD
like it's so funny the video of him walking away and then realizing like, hey, wait, he took my ball.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you're supposed to give me like, and everybody knows. Like I saw Skip Bayless saying this that there's no unwritten rule.
Yes,
he's
there
also
is.
averaged 1 point a game in high school.
Yeah.
So 1.2 points per game. Jalen Rose, look it up. And he's like, there's no unwritten rule. He's probably never made a shot to get change back.
No.
So he don't know.
Clearly not.
But yeah, it is a thing. Even if you're just fucking around, shooting around, if you make it, you get your change. And I get it. But also, if we're just here about to do a photo shoot, it's nothing serious. It's not shoot around.
Like relax.
Relax. Like, hey, bro. Hey, have that same competitive nature when we're playing
Against France.
against France or Argentina or
Yeah.
whoever the fuck.
Oh, scored 10 points. Okay.
Hey, how about you go for 50 here? It's just bro. It was funny. It's like, and then for people to see that have never been in a confrontation like that, like, oh, he checked him. No. He just there's confrontation.
Yeah.
And he looked. It wasn't the best look.
No. I'd hate to say this, but he looked mighty pussy.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good look. Bam Adebayo has clearly been in worse situations.
Oh.
Not flustered in the least bit.
Not at all. And Skip was trying to compare it to like how Jordan was picking fights for no reason, stuff like that. I'm like, yeah,
Don't
I'm pretty
compare the
sure, no, well, he wasn't trying to compare the two, but I'm like, yeah, but he wouldn't have looked like that doing it. Like if he would have said, "Hey, give me the ball back,"
Oh, he would have like Kobe.
yeah,
He's saying it with all of his
yeah,
gravitas.
yeah. But if you like, that's the thing people don't realize. Like, if you're gonna confront.
Yeah. Don't be wishy-washy.
Don't be wishy-washy. Like, hey, but you were supposed to give me. If you're already like questioning it,
If you're pressed about it,
Yeah.
then be pressed
If-
about it.
like just straight up say, "Hey, give me the ball back," with some authority,
Yeah.
Say it like, say it.
Respect my
with-
authority.
Yeah, like say it with your chest. Don't sound like you're not sure. I don't know if.
It's like, hey, bro, ball.
Yeah,
Ball.
yeah.
Like, how much times did I
And
say
then
ball?
and then handle it from there.
Yeah.
But if you're already like questioning it, and you already walked away. The moment he walked away, it was done.
yeah.
Now you came back. You already looked bad. You came back. I just leave it be, bro. Hey, it's not that serious. Now you made it look bad. Like, oh
It's
no,
bad,
he did
bro.
take a. Bam gave you the ball back. You didn't get it back. He gave it to you
All
back.
punked it for the ball. No,
Bro,
you
you
didn't.
can tell. Like, this is a thing too, and I don't know if you notice this, but I'm gonna make the correlation. We all know the guys, whether you see it on Twitter, in real life, the guys that either turned off the console or took their ball and went home. And
Oh yeah.
there's a correlation to those people, and I
Yeah.
can tell just by looking at some people. I'm like, oh, you're the guy that turned off the game,
Mm-hmm.
or you brought your game to your friend's house.
Oh fuck this! I'm taking it now.
Yeah, I'm going home. I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. Or they kick the ball far, like throwing a fit. Like,
Yeah.
hey, yeah, we know who you are. It's very clear as day. There's a healthy ecosystem within the playground, and
And
you
we're-
can see
hey,
who those people are later on in life.
And I hope we're not losing that.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? I'm not in the playground anymore, so I can't tell you if it is.
Yeah.
And I haven't played basketball in a long time, so I can't tell you how that is.
Hey, bro, at Dr. Carry-On at Jackson School on the handball courts, that's where it went down. Tetherball.
Oh no! Hey, like when we were in the playground, yes, that's when we knew.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't say if that's the case
Hey, tetherball, handball, kickball, basketball,
now.
flag rugby, football, soccer, all of it.
All of it. Literally all of it. I couldn't think of a thing that where it never went down.
Mm-hmm.
There's always that one person that was always too aggressive.
And this is how we learn to deal with rejection as well, because during PE, usually the PE coach would separate everybody and or pick teams.
Yeah.
Like you pick you this team. But recess after school, that's when the kids got to pick who was on each other's team. And then you kind of realize how people view you.
Yeah.
And then he got picked last. Oh, pobrecito. Hey, no, work on your shot, get better. You'll get picked first.
Yeah.
Or
Hey,
you get picked second or third.
I might pick you third. If
Yeah.
Hey, prove that shot. Fix that broken arm.
Yeah,
And we'll talk about it.
Fix that shot, and maybe we could talk. Or it's just the way you look at it, but also that kind of teaches you hey, I didn't get picked first. I need to kind of I need to play better, or I need to show them I can play.
Mhm. Hey, some adversity. Hey,
Yeah.
you'll be all right.
You'll be fine. It ain't gonna hurt you.
Hey, bro. Hey, now's not the time to fucking throw a fit.
He's emotionally damaged and has this stress because he was picked last in kickball. Well, can he kick?
No.
No. Why am I gonna pick him first?
Because everybody is important and should be treated equally. You're gonna get, and that is equal. The fact that
that's the fairest it gets.
is the fact that I'm gonna pick the kid that doesn't know how to play last.
Even then, bro, sometimes there'd be moments where I didn't even pick my friends.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, hey, you're over here. And then everybody's like, hey, why the fuck you pick me? Hey, bro, he can fucking catch.
Yeah. Hey, bro.
I'm trying to win. It's not a matter of fucking, yeah, you're my homie. You're going to be on my team. If you're good,
Hey.
you're about to be on my team.
If not, it's gonna be a long game.
Hey, yeah, bro, I'm all for losing with the team, but if I got
If I got a choice in it,
I got a choice. I'm gonna give us a fighting chance. Hey, bro, I know you're gonna be available in my next go around. So by the time we make this back around, baby, don't even trip about it.
I'll find a way to sneak you in, bro.
Hey, that's when you get your homie. I say no, I knew I was gonna get you, bro.
Hey, bro. I knew he didn't even like you that much.
I
I
downplayed you so he wouldn't pick you, but we gonna get him though.
Hey.
He don't even know that. He don't even know what you can do. He don't even know your crossover.
Hey, as a team, we gonna fuck this dude up.
And they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
so
he don't even know. You're my secret weapon, bro.
Just with the fucking sling. Come on, yeah. We gonna get his ass.
Hey, you stay in that corner. Don't even dribble. Just stay in that corner.
Catch, release, catch, release. Didn't see it coming. Scored on the motherfuckers.
But hey, that's life. That's
That's
healthy.
life.
And you can tell, women, the guys that get butthurt at rejection, those are the guys that and tell them, oh, you must have took your basketball home when you didn't get picked.
Oh, that would hurt. That would hurt so
bro.
much. Good. Hey, yes, woman. Please say
yeah.
that.
Or ooh, you got beat at Madden a lot, huh?
Yeah. Oh,
Hey, he didn't have it in the game.
hey, I guess you never. I guess you always lost at 2K.
Mm-hmm. They never called you EA
Mm-mm.
because you wasn't in the game.
Never, not once.
Mm-mm.
Tell him, ladies.
Tell them.
Hey, hurt his ego if it's there. If he's got an ego, tear that shit down.
Yeah. No worse.
But I don't even know how we got to this topic, but I think we're well on.
Yeah, we're good. We're
We're good for the week. Please comment, like, subscribe, do what y'all do. Again, all the orders will be going out this week, guys, so no worries on that. I know there's a little bit of a delay, but hey, a little bit of hiccups in the road will be all right.
These things happen. Bear with us.
Bear with us. But yeah, do you have any final words before we sign off?
No. Do you want to mention? Nah, it's coming out later. I don't say what we.
Oh,
gifted Ponchi, but it's coming out later.
It's coming out later. We'll talk about that. Next week.
We got to work on that as well.
Yeah, with some adversity in life.
Some
We'll be all right.
adversity. Hey, maybe we're gonna do it. Take our time, do it right.
Hey, motherfuckers get shot every day.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you tough, right?
You tough, right? Until then, folks. Deuces.
Later.